Woke is an English adjective that first appeared in African American vernacular English and means aware to racial prejudice and discrimination, AAV. Since the turn of the century, it has come to cover a larger understanding of societal disparities, including sexism, and been used as shorthand for American left themes concerning identity politics and social justice, such as the concept of white privilege and slavery reparations for African Americans. By the 1930s, the term "keep awake" had entered the lexicon of AAV, with the meaning of being conscious of the social and political concerns impacting African Americans. The first time this statement was recorded was by Lead Belly, and afterwards it was said by Erykah Badu. Black Lives Matter, BLM, activists popularized the slogan after Michael Brown was shot by police in Ferguson, Missouri in 2014. Their goal was to bring attention to the disproportionate rate at which African Americans are killed by police. Some have criticized the widespread usage of the word awake by white individuals to signify their support for Black Lives Matter, BLM, after it was popularized by Black Twitter users. The word, which is often linked with the millennial generation, went global and was included in the Oxford English Dictionary in 2017. It's been called woke capitalism and woke washing to refer to businesses that employ lip service to progressive concerns as a replacement for real action. By the year 2020, many people on the political right and center in the West were using the word woke, ironically, to describe those who supported progressive or leftist organizations or beliefs but were seen as being too extreme, fake, or superficial. In response, some observers began using the phrase negatively to describe advocates of identity and race-based political views. The standard past participle form of wake is awakened, although in certain forms of African American English, woke is used instead. As a result, the term awakened has largely replaced awake as a synonym in American vernacular. Meaning, to constantly remain awake, or, to be ever attentive, the phrase, keep awakened, may convey the heightened continuative and habitual grammatical feature of African American vernacular English, working like habitual be. Towards the end of the 1938 recording of his song, Scottsboro Boys, which tells the story of 9 black teenagers accused of raping 2 white women, Huddie Ledbetter, aka Lead Belly, sings, "I advise everybody, be a little careful when they go along through there, best stay woke, keep their eyes open." According to Vox contributor Aya Romano, this highlights the necessity for Black Americans to be cognizant of racially driven attacks and the potential hazards of white America. For example, in 1940, J. Saunders Redding documented a remark made by a Black United Mine Workers representative who said, "Now, listen up, friend. Getting up is much more difficult than going to sleep, but we've decided to remain up for a longer period of time." By the middle of the 20th century, awake had evolved to indicate well-informed or alert, particularly in a political or cultural context. The first known use of, "if you're woke you dig it," was in a 1962 New York Times Magazine article by African-American author William Melvin Kelly, who wrote on the adoption of black lingo by white beatniks. This is according to the Oxford English Dictionary. In 1971, the play Garvey Lives by Barry Beckham added to woke's political undertones with the line, "Every waking moment of my life has been spent in slumber. Now that Mr. Garvey has roused me, I want to remain alert. And I will assist him in rousing other black people to action." In the early 20th century, Marcus Garvey urged his listeners, "Start your engines, Ethiopia. Arise, Africans." A appeal to worldwide black folks to become more socially and politically aware, as Romano puts it.